Good morning to folks at home. Yes, starting today, Yale University has said masks required indoors with very few exceptions. If you're working in an office alone or perhaps a cubicle, you can take your mask off. But other than that, Yale is saying those masks are back on. Yale, of course, a large part of the larger New Haven community. Fortunate this morning to have the city's Director of Public Health, Maritza Bond, joining us. We have talked many times before. I appreciate your time this morning. Might start with that news of the day. Yale deciding to mask up indoors. What's your reaction?
I think Yale is a prime example of what other stakeholders should be considering, given the status that we are in as a country, as a state, and as a local county. You know, now that we're in substantial transmission and high transmission in other areas in the state, it is vital that we start taking this variant very seriously.
Angelo just told us 7 of 8 counties here in Connecticut meeting that threshold, including where we are now. What does that mean for folks at home when they hear that substantial category?
What that means is that our cases are drastically increasing. In the city of New Haven alone, our cases doubled in the past week, and that is alarming. That means that the variant, we've seen what has happened in other countries, and it's what's happening across the United States, and now it's trying to mutate and really become prevalent in our city and in our state, and we need to be mindful of what we experienced last year, and if we do not get vaccinated and or take the preventative measures, this can continue to rise.
Speak to the frustration. Your team has been on the ground for such a long time trying to get vaccines into arms. To see the pendulum going in the other direction, it must just be so maddening.
Yeah, I think it's discouraging. I mean, our city in particular has taken all strategies on all hands on deck to making sure that all of the vaccine providers were out in the community. We're setting up recurring clinics in specific to neighborhoods and watching it closely. We're even kicking off education campaigns because we know that health literacy is also an issue in understanding what the misinformation is between the facts. And what I want to encourage residents to do is to get vaccinated. Do not wait until you're hospitalized to think that you're going to be able to get vaccinated in the hospital. It will be too late at that point. You would have to wait until you're in recovery phase to be able to get vaccinated. So we want to encourage people, please get vaccinated. You have no excuses. Access is available to you in the city of New Haven.
So let's give folks the tools they need to make that decision if it's right for them. What should folks know if they're ready to get out of bed, get out of the house, and get vaccinated today?
So if you're ready to get vaccinated, which I hope you are, we're starting to see an increase of interest of those individuals. We visit the website for the city of New Haven. We have all of our vaccine sites readily available. Pharmacies have vaccines. Your local grocery store has a vaccine. Health departments have the vaccine. We are here for you. So please get vaccinated because we want to make sure that we're protecting every single life in this city and in this state.
Maritza Bond, Director of Public Health, as always, we appreciate your time this morning. Tim, also want to point out, if I can quickly, I did reach out to the provost in charge of overseeing the COVID-19 response at Yale to try to get some information about the statistics they have seen on campus as the deadline for vaccine exemptions has now passed. Was told she was not available for an interview. Did reach out with some follow-up questions as well. If we hear back on that front, I will let you know. But for now, live in New Haven this morning, I'm Keith McGilvery, Fox 61 News.